the LA Chargers get really good news for the offense. If you're new to the channel, we are Detroit Lions fans, but this channel fully dedicated to the Chargers, and we'll talk tacos at the end. Don't worry. Talk a little NBA too, just right at the very end. But here we go. Chargers. Good news is that as you look at the way the draft board's kind of setting up, here you are, pick 22. Colston Loveland was always kind of the thing. Now he's kind of going up higher. Long story short, Matthew Golden continues to fall, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why, and I'll get into that. But Matthew Golden, who ran a 4.29, considered by some more, I wouldn't say some. I mean, a lot of people have him as the number one wide receiver because you've got two other wide receivers ahead of him. Travis Hunter, who we all just kind of like, okay, whatever. I don't want to say whatever, but it's like he's a corner, he's a wide receiver. What will he play? Is he better at corner? Can he play both ways? He just like desperately wants to play both ways. I get it, man, but maybe you're just better at one spot, right? So it's almost like he's kind of just like an athlete. Remember in like NCAA football back in the old days, and it might even be the new one, but they would just list him as like athlete, didn't really have a position. So anyway, that's where Travis Hunter is. But then you've got the other one is Tate McMillan, but he's more of the X wide receiver, that 6'4", 6'5", bigger bodied frame. And then you get down to Matthew Golden, 5'11", 190. Hold on. 5'11", 191. And so he's the best receiver, get open. He kind of reminds you of Ladd McConkey, but so what? You got two guys that can get open, okay. And he runs a 4.29. He keeps falling to you. That's the good news. So it's like, all right, you miss out on your tight end. But that's what's been so cool is that there's another tight end that keeps kind of getting mocked to you, and this is Arroyo, who I keep talking about. Let me go back to this one because it just kind of sees what this dude can do. He's out. This is almost like your X, right? Comes in, motions in, goodbye. That's like, okay, this is what we're talking about here. Cam Ward played in a pro-style offense, had something going on. So Arroyo in the second round. So now the offense is just like, okay, now we're moving a little bit here. Also want to check on his blocking. Bang. I don't even know if he blocked anybody. He's just celebrating, high-fiving. Never mind. I got excited on that one. So in 2 rounds, 2 out of your 10 picks, you've solved wide receiver weapon, boom, like a clone of Ladd McConkey. Okay. Like I think it's almost like the NBA where we've gotten into this positionless type of thing, which is a good thing, where it used to be you had to have a big, tall wide receiver. You kind of got that. You got that in Mike Williams for this year, fine. Got a shifty slot guy. Then you had to have this kind of like hybrid. No, just get open. We need guys that can get open. We need tight end that can block somewhat. I mean, so you got to be able to block as a tight end. But, man, if you can be out in the slot, H-back, tight end, out as like a big X receiver even, like we just saw Arroyo. So that is what it's exciting about this, is that Matthew Golden continues to drop. If he drops, you take him. Then you've got options in second and third round with Arroyo being one of those guys. Let's take a look at this. Here's Golden, and it just shows the example of what we're talking about. He's out wide. Goodbye. Foot in the ground. Picks up another 40 yards. Like, man. He's up top here. Little zing. That's just a great route. I don't know why more people don't do that route. All right. Jeez. There's nothing you can do for that. But, man, you have a quarterback. So no matter what happens, you have a quarterback. That is just so huge. I just can't stress that enough. I mean, you look at the Vikings, for example. Great roster. You're like, do we mess with Aaron Rodgers, or do we go with like an injured rookie? Brutal. I mean, what do you do where you guys have a quarterback that's so huge? So let me go back here. Again, we're 10 days away. We're limping to the we're getting there. But yeah, Matthew Golden, top wide receivers. Emeka Ibuka would be just like the consolation. Take him all day as well. I mean, really. So again, options are out there. Now, go here and you can look at, yeah, this is it, right? This is what we've all just been waiting for, is round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. One pick in the 7th. Again, these 6th round picks hit 2 out of those 4. Hit 2 out of the 5 in the first 5 rounds. Hit 4 out of the 10 here. I mean, really, you look at the Lions have had just a couple incredible drafts, and you look back at it, and it's like, well, they hit 3 out of 7 players, but it doesn't matter. Those 3 are like future Hall of Famers, you know, and Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Aiden Hutchinson, Sam Laporta, Brian Branch. So, right? But, you know, I just listed 5 guys. But those 5 guys, that changed everything. So that's what the Chargers are going to do. You know, I mean, let's go. Let me just pull something else up here. I was going to show you the rest of the AFC West and kind of what's going on there. So, you know, well, let's just talk about it. You know that again, from an outsider's perspective, you know that the Broncos are just going to go one of 2 ways. How I see it. Could see a sophomore slump. You're in the AFC. It's tough. Bo Nix got some tape on him. Doesn't go well. Or, geez, he's only a rookie. Did all the things that he did. Check it out. Kind of because I mean, the slumps thing could be kind of like a CJ Stroud, where you're just like totally expecting him to just get even better. Maybe he doesn't. Total wild card for me is the Broncos. They could be really good. Or sophomore slump. Don't know. The Raiders are going to be much better, more consistent, a lot higher floor, but the ceiling is pretty low. They just don't have the players. Quarterback's not going to be outstanding, but it's a big rival. Hate each other. Dogfight. And then the Chiefs. So this division, we love talking about the division because I think it is so important to talk about the division, because if you win the division, you're in the playoffs and you have a home playoff game. So you're just like, that's what we're trying to do here. And it still matters. And you're in a division that's just kind of perfect, because no division's just going to be a cakewalk. And you want big games. You want them to mean something. Division games are something special. And they totally are now with Pete Carroll, Sean Payton, Chiefs, Jim Harbaugh. Like, it's fun. It would be the word. Fun, exciting, love it. Okay, last thing. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Last thing I was going to talk about was the NBA. NBA playoffs are starting up. Don't know how I feel about the NBA. Loved it in the 90s, early 2000s, Pistons, Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups, all that. So we were just pumped about the Pistons. But don't know how I feel about the NBA. Let me know in the comments your NBA team. And then also, had a brisket taco recently, and pretty sure that's the way to go. Just brisket, any barbecue really. Pulled pork. Just had some like jalapeno sauce. So it was a green, just squirt that on there, a green sauce. Of course, you're going to have your pico or anything else you want in there for a veggie crunch. But you go brisket taco, the jalapeno. You could still do some more of like a white sauce, even if it's sour cream or something else, some sort of a cream, cheese. That's why I want to go out there. It's the only reason I want to go out west, out to the West Coast, not out west. Out west means you're going like to Colorado. I want to go to the West Coast and just sample tacos for 3 days, fly back home. Let me know your thoughts. We'll see all of you on the next one.